Hi everybody, I'm Greg Hershey, President of Superior Linen Service, and today I'd like to give you a brief tour of what goes on inside our laundry. Every truck that comes in unloads all of their bags onto our hanging system, which then, as we enter into the building, they all hang up in the air, and depending on what type of business it is, it either goes up in a bag or it stays in bins and it's sorted differently. This room in its entirety is where all of the soil comes and where it's all broken down, we start the processing here. So as those things are broken down, they are put up into slings. They are hung either here in this system, which now is mainly for hotels and sheets, and it will go into our brand new tunnel that we just had installed this year. Each one of these slings is 242 pounds. Inside the tunnel there are 8 chambers, so each chamber will have 242 pounds washing simultaneously as it continues down. And as we turn the corner here, we'll get a better look at that system. We also have, for our restaurants and some of our darker colored linen, what we refer to as the conventional washroom, which is what we've always had here. And those are open pocket machines and 4-pocket and 3-pocket closed machines. As we walk through here, you'll get a glimpse of what those look like. So it is certainly not your typical coin-op laundromat that maybe some people have an envision of. As you come down here, the length of this room here is now where the tunnel takes the product. And like I said, each pocket's 242 pounds, so it is circulating through this tunnel until it gets down here to the end. Once it finishes its cycle, it goes into a press, and it is pressed into something that looks like a puck. And then this piece of equipment here will determine, once it's entered into it, which open dryer, it will pick up the puck and it will move it back and forth and deposit it in one of these dryers. All of that is controlled by a computer from the time it is hung in soil until the time it comes out of the dryer and we receive that. Once that happens, it's identified by the computer as to the load that was entered when we first started. So it's kind of a cool system. So we know exactly where our product is at all times during this system and what it is when it ends up. As we move back this way, you can see these pieces of equipment right here are both dryers. They're 600-pound units, so quite a bit of laundry goes into these. These are part of our conventional washroom. They are not part of the tunnel system that we just installed. So this is kind of like the way we used to do things and will continue to do as we move forward. This part of the hanging system, it's all of the things that are not going to be put into our tunnel system. I referred earlier to our open pocket washers. We have 4 currently. The one on the end is our largest, to 675. We have 2 in the middle that are 450 pounds each. And then we have a small batch washer at 275. As you move down this side of the washroom, these are closed pocket machines. Each one is a 900-pound machine. It has 4 pockets inside those doors, so it gives you the opportunity to wash multiple products at one time. And then as those are dumped, they would go into those conventional dryers that you saw, as well as this one here. And then we do have, for our smaller loads, we do have something that's kind of similar to a small laundry or a dry cleaner. You know, these are very few and far between as far as loads that we would do out of here, but we can't put these small loads in these big machines, so that's why we have those. As we move down here, these loads would come out of the dryer system. They would come down this ramp here. A ticket would come out. It would identify what the customer name is and when it was processed. So we know that moving forward, each basket will have a tag on it of who owns that product. So once it leaves the washroom, we come down here All of our tablecloths, our napkins, our sheets, it is all processed down here. This is another piece of equipment that we've just recently added as part of our big remodel. It's a high-speed ironer. Most of what we're doing over the top of this right now are hotel sheets, medical therapy sheets, and a little bit of white table linen. It's been a fabulous piece of equipment. It has really helped us produce a lot more work. We're looking forward to getting more business in here and really seeing what it can do. These 3 ironers over here are all from, I guess you would say, your conventional side of the industry. We've had these things for a long time. They also do napkins and tablecloths, but we specifically purchased this to do the hotel and medical sheet industry. So if you were ever wondering how the table linen and the napkin got to the restaurant, this is where it's produced, and then we provide that to the owners of those restaurants on a weekly basis, and that's how it's done. So if you follow me here, I'll show you one of the other things that we do in conjunction with the linen in restaurants is we do all their garments. So there's a lot of chef apparel that comes through here, pants, coats, cook shirts. We do medical scrubs, robes, things like that. So in here, you would have all of the garments that come out of the washroom. We run it through a tunnel system, and then it goes up and onto lines that are sorted by route and then by account. And that's how it's tied out. So it keeps it organized for us. All of the product that comes off these ironers, as you can see now with our conveyor system here, it's all placed on this when it is ready to be finished and wrapped out. At the end of this line, we have a automatic wrap out system here, kind of like your old Easy Bake Oven. It auto wraps it. It goes through here. This tunnel system right here will shrink the wrap. It's heated. And then at the end, it will come out in a bundle similar to that. And then from there, it goes to a bin or a rack, ready to go back out to a customer, ready to use it again for the next delivery. Here we're standing outside of where we produce all of our floor mats, and whether it's a restaurant, a medical facility, a hotel, it doesn't really matter. Everyone uses walk-off mats at their entryway or in their offices. So we are currently doing and processing all of these. They come across from where you just were in the washroom, out of the open pockets, and then out of those dryers. They come over here and they're rolled, and then they're assigned to a route, and then that route goes out that day with those floor mats. So there aren't very many customers that we have that are not using this service. In here now we have our dry fold department. Anything with toweling or anything we consider dry fold would come here. We've got several pieces of equipment in here that we use. We use this strictly for folding all of our blankets. We've got several different types of dry fold equipment, from a small little stacker for washcloths to larger size towel folders here that can do 4 or 5 different size towels. This piece of equipment right now is strictly we're using it for our patient gown folding. A lot of this was, again, part of our remodel that we've done to further get ready for new business. It has a conveyance system similar to the one that was in the ironing room, and it would come down this line here and then be wrapped out, similar to the linen, where everything's wrapped out and sealed, so when it goes on a truck or back out to the customer, it's kept clean. We again are doing a lot of different things down here. I think maybe a lot of things that people don't really understand or know that we're doing, but again, whether it's a restaurant, a medical facility, a hotel, and lots of other things, we're doing it. So we'd love to do your business. Feel free to give us a call, and we look forward to meeting you. Thank you.